missing someone. Love is all you want.
Hey guys, welcome to French Fluent. So today we're going to see the second part of Que savez-vous de la France, that is the lesson 0 in book 4 of Apprenons le Francais. So yeah, this has been delayed by me because I didn't receive my whiteboard, and yeah, I don't have the equipment as well. So yeah, I'm doing the voiceover for it this time, and please make sure it's clear and you're able to understand through this. And if this goes well, I might continue giving voiceovers for other lessons. And yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comments, and before you see this video, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends who need French help. So yeah, without further delaying, let's get into it. So this is where I had stopped in the last video. I'll leave the link for the last video in the description below. Go check it out. So yeah, I think I left it in this part, that is the l'hymne national. Yeah, I finished till Liberté, Égalité and Fraternité. So I'll explain this whole thing. It's of no problem to me. So the national anthem of France is La Marseillaise, and it's written by Roger de Lisle. Okay, make sure you write this correct spelling of Marseillaise because it's a very important thing in France, right? You can't just write whatever name you want. I mean, the spelling has to be accurate. So yeah, and also the name of the writer. So make sure you do that. And the La devise de la République est liberté, égalité, fraternité means that is the motto of France, that is liberty, equality and fraternity. I had already mentioned about this in my previous video. Check that out. And yeah, on peut la lire sur les pièces de monnaie. That means one will be able to read this, that is the motto, on the coins and on the pièce de monnaie. Yeah, pièce is a coin. No, sorry, pièce is note. I'm sorry. Pièce de monnaie. That means the money notes, currency notes. So you can read them. And yeah, for more explanation on these two lines, and yeah, you can check them out in the video. So next is le coq symbolise la fierté du peuple français. Now le coq is a cock, it's a French cock, and yeah, and it symbolizes la fierté. Now la fierté means the pride. Okay, so la fierté is the pride of du peuple. Du means of, peuple means people, and français, so it shows the pride of the French people. It represents. So les sports français l'ont adopté comme mascotte. So the French sports also adopt this cock, this rooster, as its mascot. Okay, so every sport has a mascot, right? So same way, they in France they adopt the cock as their mascot, their sport mascot. Now La Révolution Française that is the French Revolution. You will have a full lesson on it in your 9th or 10th grade. So yeah, this is a very big event that happened in France. Okay, and that's how France became independent. So it's like a longer story than independence of India. So it started in 1789 and it ended in 1799. So yeah, this was a very, like it was filled with revolutions and protests and all sorts of things. So yeah, let's read. La Révolution Française, that remember the years, est peut-être la période la plus importante de l'histoire de France. That means the French Revolution from this year to this was seems okay, it just means seems, is, don't bring in English. Okay, so La Révolution Française seems to be, peut-être means perhaps or seems, perhaps is the period of the most important, la plus means most or plus, the most important of the history of France. So this revolution, the France, has a big part in the history of France. Okay, this has changed how France functions right now. So it is a very important event that has happened in the history of France. So they're just mentioning that, nothing more. Now the next thing is La Fête Nationale. So it is the national festival. La Fête means festival and National means national festival. So the national festival commemorate la prise de la Bastille par les Parisiens le 14 juillet 1789. Cette date a été adoptée comme fête nationale. So now there was some very important event that happened on this day. Why they're taking 14 July as their national day is because it has a very important. For example, we have August 15th. That's the day we got independence. So same way they have this day and they've chosen it because all these Parisians, they were under the kings. Okay, so those kings, you don't have to learn this king story and all which I'm telling. I'm just telling it so that you understand. So these kings were very rude. They didn't give any respect to their to the people who are living there. So what they did was, if Parisians got very agitated, so they went to Bastille. Okay, Bastille is a place where there was a prison. La Prise de la Bastille means the prison of Bastille. So what they did was, they went there and they burnt the prison and they released all of the people in the prison there. So that was a protest. And when they went there, that's when they sang this song La Marseillaise. So that's why it became the the L'Hymne National, and that's why on this day this happened. So that's why they've chosen 14 July as their national day. So remember that, and yeah, don't remember why and all, just remember the date. So next is Napoleon Bonaparte. Now this is a very important person. He is the one who played a very important role in this French Revolution. So Napoleon Bonaparte, remember the spelling again. See, in this part you just have to remember the spellings because it is a language, and the same thing you'll be learning in history in English, and there you have to just remember the facts, but here you have to remember the spellings and the facts, so be careful. So Napoleon Bonaparte, était, that means he used to be. Était is the past tense. You will learn all of that in your grammar part. So he used to be le plus brilliant général. He used to be the most brilliant general of the French Revolution. He was the most brilliant brilliant general. And né en Corse, il est devenu général à 24 ans. That means né en Corse, that means he was born. Né means comes from the past tense of naître. So he was born in Corse. It's an island. Okay, Corse is an island, and he became devenir. Devenue comes from the word devenir. Devenue is not the conjugation, it's the past tense. All of that you'll learn in your grammar. So he became the general when he was 24 years old, and in the year 1804 il se proclame emperor. That means in the year 1804 he proclaimed himself as the emperor. Okay, remember the dates and the name. Now Charles de Gaulle était le premier président de la 5e République. That means Charles de Gaulle, remember the name, was the first. Premier means the first president of the la 5e République, of the 5th Republic. Okay, so l'autorité suprême de la nation est le président de la République qui est élu pour 5 ans et il choisit son premier ministre. That means the supreme authority of the nation, l'autorité suprême, is le président. Okay, it is the most superior power is with the president of the republic, qui est élu pour 5 ans. Élu comes from the verb élire and is the past tense of élire, and that means to be elected. So the president of the republic is elected for 5 years, 5 ans. Et il choisit son premier ministre. That means he chooses, after he becomes the president, he chooses his prime minister. Premier minister doesn't mean first minister, it means prime minister. So le président réside au Palais d'Élysée. The president stays in this place, that is Palais d'Élysée. Remember the name. And the minister, that's premier minister, et à l'automne Matignon. So remember where the president stays? Palais de l'Elysée. And the the prime minister stays in Hotel Matignon. Remember the names of the place. So now the last thing in this page is just the same thing. I mean, it's not a very difficult thing. What is written is that l'Union Européenne est un grand ensemble de 27 pays. La France, la Belgique, l'Allemagne, l'Italie, les Pays-Bas, Luxembourg, l'Irlande, le Danemark, la Grèce, le Portugal, l'Espagne, l'Autriche, la Bulgarie, la Suède, la Pologne, and so many, Croatia, Chipre, and so many countries. So you don't have to by heart all these countries. Just for the safety reasons, remember maximum 5 countries. Okay, maximum 5 countries they'll be asking. They won't ask 10 countries and all. And one thing they will ask is the number of countries. So now in the Europe Union, there are so many countries. Okay, it is a big union of many countries. And how many countries does it have? It has 27 countries, and those 27 countries are given here. Nobody is going to by heart 27 countries, or nobody is going to ask you also in the exam for 27 countries. Just learn what is needed. Okay, yeah, so what is needed here? It's just like name of the European Union and how many countries are there? 27. And how many? Just learn 5 names: Allemagne, Italy, Pays-Bas, Luxembourg, and France. These are 5. So just learn 5 of them out of these which you feel easy to learn. Okay. Now the next page has page number 11. It has about more facts. So le euro est la monnaie unique européenne. That means it is a unique currency of Europe. Okay. So why is it unique? I don't know, but it's not given here. You don't have to know. But yeah. So since, depuis means since, depuis 2002, le franc Francais a disparu. That means since 2002, the French francs, they have vanished. Disparu means comes from the word dispartir, and that means to disappear. So it has disappeared, past tense. And les échanges en lire en euro. That means now the exchanges are made in place of, in the place of euros. En lire means in place of. Okay, so they're exchanging with euros now, not anymore with French francs. Okay, so remember what is the old currency? Le franc. And what is the new currency now? Euro. And when did it disappear? 2002. And what is euro is the unique European currency. Then les monuments importants en France sont le musée du Louvre, Notre-Dame de Paris, les arènes de Nîmes, théâtre de premier siècle de notre era. So le Panthéon, le Château de Versailles, and these are the important monuments. So you know Louvre, you know Notre-Dame de Paris. You have to write full. Don't just write Notre Dame or Louvre Museum. Don't write like that. Write the full name. And then les arènes de Nîmes. It is in the bracket. It's given. It's an amphitheater that was formed in the 1st century of our era. And Le Panthéon is another one, and Le Château de Versailles. So when they ask for monuments, name any of these monuments, but learn all of them. Okay, and write the full words. So the next point that is given is la viticulture est une des grandes richesses de la France. That means viticulture. You would have learnt it in I think your geography in social this year. Viticulture means a culture or the cultivation of grapes. And what do you get from grapes? The famous wines. So you get wines from from grapes. So that is why la viticulture or the cultivation of grapes is a great and a very big economic, it gives lot of money to France economy. So it is a very popular business in France because it gives very good quality wine. So that's why it's a very famous cultivation there. And then quelques vins renommés sont So the few, quelques means few, vin wines, renommé means famous, are champagne, le champagne. In the exam, write le champagne, le, la, whatever the article, with the article you have to write. Don't just write champagne, Bourgogne. No, you should write with the article. So le champagne, le Bourgogne, le Bordeaux, and le Beaujolais. So these are the 4 easy wines that we have been learning from the 5th standard book. So easy. Then the French, les Français sont experts dans la fabrication des fromages. That means they are experts in fabricating. Fabrication doesn't mean fabricating. It means the making, the processing of cheese. Of course, France is known for its cheese, right? So it is famous for its cheese. And le plus connu sont. Connu means to be known, connaître. So it is a noun form. Connu means famous. Le plus means the most. So the most famous of the cheeses are sont le brie, okay, le camembert, le gruyere, be careful with the accent, and le roquefort. So these 4 are French cheeses, and those 4 above are French wines. So next up we have some French perfumes. So les parfumeurs français that are reputed French perfumes, reputed French perfumes dans le monde entier, that means in the entire world, are Chanel, Guerlain, Lanvin, and Patou. So these are 4 different names of French perfumes, and they are Chanel we all know, Guerlain, Lanvin, Patou are unique for us, but they are famous worldwide, they are internationally famous, and they are very expensive also. Then we have L'Industrie Automobile, that is Mobile, it's written here, be careful, it's not Mobile, it's Mobile in some books. The spelling is M-O-B-I-L-E, not M-O-M-B-I-L-E. So l'Industrie Automobile in France, the automobile industry joue un rôle important. That means it plays, joue means jouer, right? It comes from the verb jouer, that means to play. So it plays an important role. And what are these les petites voitures français famous sont the small cars which are famous. The French small cars are which ones, with the famous ones are Citroën, Peugeot, and Renault. Okay, so Renault we all know, Peugeot also we know, Citroën also we know. So these are these are French companies, not okay, they are from France. So you have to know that, and you have to know the accent, careful with the spellings again, and yeah. La France est connue pour l'industrie aérospatiale, and avec les avions de la marque Airbus et la fusée Ariane. So yeah, La France est connue. That means France is, connu means famous. So La France is famous for its aerospace industry, and it has its flights and the La Marque Airbus, the Marque Airbus, and La Fusée Ariane. So remember the names and the spellings, guys, what it's famous for in the aerospatial industry. So next up we have some trains coming up. So les trains français sont les plus rapides du monde. That means les trains français, the French trains, are one of the fastest trains in the world, and le plus rapide, that means the most rapid or the most fast of these French trains, is the TGV. Okay, so in France, which is the fastest train? TGV, le TGV, write the full thing, le TGV. And what does it mean? T is for train, and G is for grand, and vitesse means speed. So TGV, it is the full form, train à grande vitesse. Remember the full form also. Don't just think that it's given in the bracket so they won't ask. No, they can ask. So what does TGV mean? Train à grande vitesse. And vitesse is speed, grand means so much, like plenty, huge. So Paris est la capitale de la haute couture. That means Paris is the capital of fashion industry. La haute couture means the fashion designing industry. Quelques couturières très connues sont Chanel, Dior, Cardin et Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent. I don't know how do you pronounce that. I don't know. yeah, so anyways, so yeah, some of these French fashion designers which are very famous are Chanel. Be careful, Chanel is also a perfume and it's also a fashion designing company. And then Dior is a fashion designer. We are finding lots of clothes. And Pierre Cardin, we have already, all many of us would have seen. So Cardin, and then Saint Laurent. Write the YVES also. We Saint Laurent. So these are four important four important haute couture. That means there are four important uh, the fashion designers in France. Next up, we have some thing that is the last page. So, Le Tour de France. Remember the article Le Tour de France. See, if you write La Tour de France, it will become the Eiffel Tower, and that becomes completely wrong. So, Le Tour means the cycling course. So Le Tour de France is a separate event. Okay, if you write La, that becomes the Eiffel Tower. So Le Tour means the cycling event and La Tour means the Eiffel Tower. So Le Tour de France est la plus célèbre des courses cyclistes en France. That means, what is it? It is a the most famous, célèbre famous, des courses of the cycling courses. Okay, this sorry, not course means not course, sorry, course is not course, course means race. Okay, so it is the one of the famous cycling races held in France. And yeah, that's about it. Be careful with the article, yeah, don't mess up. Le pays francophone sont des pays où le français est utilisé comme langue maternelle ou langue familière. Quelques pays francophones sont la Suisse, l'Algérie, le Québec, la Belgique and Luxembourg. That means French-speaking nations. Francophone means French-speaking nations. Les pays francophones means French-speaking nations. Are those countries which use French as their maternal mother tongue or common language, and those countries are Swiss, Algeria, Switzerland, Le Quebec and La Belgique, and then Luxembourg also. Okay, so now we have the exercises, and there's a page full of its national anthem. Don't learn that, it won't come for the exam. So now the rappelon we have come to, and the vrai au fou. Paris est aussi appelé la ville lumière because it is full of lights. So yes, the answer is vrai. And then le buste de Marianne se trouve sur les timbres. So the statue of Marianne is found on the stamps. Yes, that is also vrai. Then Monsieur Gustave Eiffel a construit a Tour Eiffel. So did Gustave Eiffel construct the Tour Eiffel? Yes, he did. He did construct the Eiffel Tower. So yes, that's correct. L'Union Européenne a 15 membres. That means the European Union has only 15 members. No, it has 27. So that's 4. And le franc est la monnaie unique européenne. No, that is wrong. The monnaie unique is the euro. Okay, so that is 4. The next we have match the following. So des montagnes will be where is it? Montagne is le Jura and les Vosges, and des fromage will be le Roquefort and le Brie. La Fillette is told by the coq, so it is A, le coq. Then l'Hexagone is the French map, so La France. Then des fleuves, the rivers. The rivers is le Rhône and la Rhin. And then we have La Manche. La Manche is a La Manche, where does it come? Oh my god. La Manche is a sea. So English Channel, right? So it's a sea. So une mer. The l'hymne national is La Marseillaise. Charles de Gaulle is Nîmes. No. Oh my god. Wait 1 second. Charles de Gaulle. So yeah, guys, Charles de Gaulle is the president. I forgot suddenly. So yeah, Charles de Gaulle is president, and then Les Arènes, the Nîmes. Yeah, so Nîmes, and then Chateau is Chambord. Okay, then we have another picture that is. So then we have a picture question. Now, quel est ce monument? And where do you find it? So yeah, that is the homework for you guys. You have to know what is this. So check it on Google, and then where do you find it? So if you know the answers, tell them down in the comment section below. And yeah, so this is what is the remaining part of the French lesson 0, book 4, Que savez-vous de la France? So yeah, learn it properly, learn the names, learn the spellings, be careful everywhere, and be careful, very careful with the spellings. That is the most important in the language parts. So all the best, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to French Fluent, and yeah, share it with your friends. Okay, see you.
Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone.